Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Abroad Panama. Today I'm here with a special guest, but he has asked that his identity remain concealed for security and personal reasons. Thank you and enjoy the podcast.
Facing immigration questions or business legalities, our lawyers are here to help you. We make it easy to get the legal advice you need when you need it.
So hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello.
So main question I have is, why did you choose Panama out of all the places in the world?
I'm retired military, so I've had a past experience with coming in and out of here.
Oh, okay.
So I really like the place whenever I visit it. And it's one of the easier transitions for anyone to make when it comes down to the ease of getting a visa.
Oh, okay. So what visa do you have?
I have the pensionado visa.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And you said it was quite easy to obtain?
Easy compared to other countries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
So what is the main thing you like about Panama? Like, what drew you to it?
What drew it to me was the weather, the people.
Yeah.
They're very friendly.
Yeah.
The food.
Yeah.
And then I like the fact of, as far as where it's located geographically, you don't have a lot of
It's very convenient, isn't it?
major storms
Yeah.
or anything like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's convenient during, like, for weather. It's convenient for, I would say, like, geographically where it is as well. And like you
Yes.
said,
And then
really nice.
it's relatively close if I ever want to fly back home.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
It's perfect.
So I know you've gone after the pensionado visa. You've now obtained it. Can you tell us at what point did you decide to seek legal support? How did you know you had to get an attorney?
I figured it would be a lot easier to have that type of support, especially since I didn't speak fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
So that was one of the biggest reasons for me
Yeah.
wanting to have legal support. And I kind of knew that earlier in the process when I was kind of doing my research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because Panama is a bit different. It's not like other countries where I guess you don't need a lawyer. You can just kind of apply for a visa by yourself. Whereas in Panama, you do need an attorney. And a lot of people, I don't think, realize that, do they? So what law firm did you go with?
I went with Ndm Law Firm, very good law firm.
And how did you come across them?
Via Google search.
Okay,
Actually.
simple as that.
It was just a Google search.
Okay.
And their law firm kind of popped up right after I hit enter.
Yeah.
And then I just did some follow-up after that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And would you say that the process for you was relatively easy, or did you have to go through some things that you wasn't so sure of once you got in contact with the law firm?
It wasn't hard. Yeah, I mean, once I contacted the law firm and they basically gave me some information on the process, and then I basically took it from there and started to do all my prerequisite things that I had to do.
So what exactly did you need in order to start your process?
I needed to have, for the pensionado visa, I needed to have a background check done.
Oh, okay.
National background check.
Yeah.
I had to have proof of income and that it met the country standard in reference to what qualified you as being retired or getting some type of annuity for your lifetime.
Yeah.
So I had to get that paperwork done and then basically be medically cleared or what have you. So,
Okay. Okay, great. And can you just give us a little bit of like a background story about your life before you came to Panama?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Typically from the south region of the United States.
Okay. So where are we speaking when you say that? What area, what kind of area?
Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
So
For someone like me who's not very geographically clear about that. Okay, great.
In the deep south of the United States. Then I, former military, so I did almost 26 years in the military.
Okay.
So I retired, and then I started doing some work after I retired. And then I kind of, thought maybe it's time to really be retired.
Yeah.
So, and then that's when I started to make my transition.
Started thinking more about like where you want to retire.
Where I want to retire.
Yeah.
The affordability aspect.
Yeah.
That played a big role as well in my decision because I was living in a place that the cost of living was just continuing to go up and
spiraling.
up and up.
Yeah.
So I wasn't being able to retain a lot of income that was coming in because it was all going back out. And I was like, I got to move somewhere that's really, really nice, where I
Yeah.
can really enjoy my retirement, but also be affordable.
Yeah.
So that was that probably was the number one reason
And
for transitioning.
do you currently live in the city or somewhere else, like Paquete, for example?
Yes, I live in the city. I live right there on Avenida Balboa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's very convenient, right on the waterfront.
Yeah.
They have a great the Centrico stair, the walkway. You can walk across the street and
You see
get
a lot
your
of people cycling there as well, don't you?
yes, cycling, walking, all ages. So it's very inspiring to see all the people, making health, fitness, part of their lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it's very inspiring.
So
for
how
sure.
do you think that since moving to Panama, and how long have you been here?
I'd say probably about 10 months.
10 months. Oh, okay. So you're like still getting to know some things. Still.
Yes.
But you said you've been back and forth before, haven't you?
Yeah, from my sailor days.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we pull in, pull out. But
Oh, the ports.
yeah,
Okay.
hitting the ports.
Yeah.
But it's a little different when you're coming in here for 2 to 3 days
Yeah.
versus actually living here.
Yeah.
But I've always had Panama in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
And when a thought kind of is in your mind and then you try to get rid of it and it keeps coming back,
Yeah.
that's when I knew that it was the right thing
Yeah.
to do.
It was just lingering at the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So like, when did you realize that actually this is a place I want to live, that you actually like wanted to pursue it?
Yeah, as I said earlier, when the state of the economy back in the United States pretty much, helped me make that decision,
Yeah.
relatively easy because it wasn't getting any better.
Yeah.
And for any person to be truly retired, you want to be able to afford to do all the things that you want to do
Exactly.
when you wasn't retired.
Yeah.
So
You want to live.
Yeah, you want to live a little.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah.
So how do you see, like, what do you think, in what way has your life, like quality of life, improved? I know you said like affordability and being able to do the things that maybe wouldn't have been so much affordable back home. How has your way of life and quality of life improved since coming to Panama?
Number one, health.
Health.
Health. When you have the daily grind of working jobs, especially if you work jobs in high-stress environments, you have to deal with managing that stress, any personal stress that you may have, and then sometimes with the demand of a job, you tend to sacrifice yourself, and you don't focus on yourself, your health, because you're dedicating that time and that energy to
Work.
to work. Exactly. So once I got here, I really, really started to focus on my health and daily exercise, taking medications as prescribed, eating better.
Yeah.
And since I've been here, I've lost 40 pounds.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like I can see that there's been like a whole kind of like a mental growth as well.
Oh, yes.
That's definitely helped.
Yeah, because it all comes back down to, you have little to no stress.
Yeah.
It's just about what you want to do with your day. Your day is a lot easier to manage when it comes down to that. And you have the time to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
And for the last 10, 15 years, I haven't had the time to do that. I've always been dedicating that time to others or a job, and I'm the last person to get the benefits.
Now you get to live a little, don't you?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
That's great. Can I just first ask, are there benefits that come with the pensionado visa for you as a pensioner?
Yes, there are benefits that come with the pensionado visa. The big thing about it is it's one of the easiest or fastest visas to get once or if you meet all the qualifications, which is good. There are certain discounts that come with it. Retirees or seniors get when it comes down to discounts on medications, discounts on places in restaurants that you eat, hotel discounts. So there's a lot of perks that come with acquiring the visa.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So can I ask, do you have your driver's license in Panama?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And what was that like, acquiring your driver's license and like driving in Panama?
It's relatively seamless.
Yeah.
Especially if you have the legal representation to help you along the way. That doesn't mean that you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more smooth. The process is a lot more smooth if you had a legal representation.
Okay.
My law firm, they helped me with the paperwork. They helped me translate anything I didn't understand.
Yeah.
And they pretty much basically held my hand, and they were there with me when I went to these places. It makes the process a lot more smooth.
And like there's like, I guess, less of an anxiety, I guess, behind it because you know you're going to have that help.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Definitely worth it.
And do you have a vehicle in Panama now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. And did you have to, what was it like getting a vehicle in Panama?
Now, this is the part where it was a little frustrating because the aspects of misinformation.
Okay.
So there's one thing if you're migrating here and you're just doing that yourself, because it's normally just going to be immigration, your legal representation involved. But when it comes to whether you're shipping something,
Okay.
now the customs is involved.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the process started to get frustrating, because when I was going online to research information, the information online would have you to believe that the process was relatively simple.
Okay, I see.
So I shipped my car on my temporary pensionado visa. And based on the information that I found online, the information stated that I could do that, and all I had to do was get a letter from my legal representation basically saying this person does have their pensionado visa.
Yeah.
The final stages are pending.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would still be able to go through the process based on that particular statement and based on the fact that my permanent visa hadn't come back yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So once I was researching that, and then I got my law firm involved, then the goalpost started to move. And that's where it started to get frustrating. So apparently something changed, and to where you had to have your permanent visa.
Oh, okay.
You had to be in country for 180 days.
Yeah, so that's at least 6 months, isn't it?
At least 6 months. And you had to get an exoneration letter.
Okay.
So the purpose of me wanting to ship my vehicle on the pensionado visa was the fact that my import taxes on the vehicle would be waived. So that's a perk of the pensionado visa. So if you're shipping your car, the import taxes are waived. And if you're shipping any household goods, you can ship up to $10,000 worth of household goods
Yeah.
free of charge.
That's actually really good, though.
It is. But you have to understand the complete process in reference to how things work internally within these particular agencies.
Yeah.
And for someone that didn't live here and doesn't understand the process of how these government agencies work, or how they even may work together in reference to the immigration aspect, the customs aspects, and then the law firm having competent knowledge on both, and how they fit into the process of basically quarterbacking the experience, for the potential client.
Okay, so it seems like a quite tedious process that you went through then.
It's tedious.
If you don't have the help.
It was tedious due to the fact that for some reason the rules kept changing.
Yeah.
And then the fact that it made me feel that this is something that doesn't happen often, because with the way that the government agencies were working together or not working together, it made it seem like, well, maybe people don't do this often.
Yeah.
Do it this often.
Yeah.
So
maybe people, I think maybe it's maybe more common for people to come and then buy a vehicle here, but you wanted to ship it over, didn't you?
and And at the end of the day, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I knew that the process was going to be this tedious, I probably would have just bought a car here.
Yeah, yeah.
But for my circumstance, I had just recently purchased a new vehicle like a couple of months before I rolled out. So I was like, I might as well bring it.
Bring it, exactly, especially with the amount that you was able to bring with you, like import from the US. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So actually, from what I can hear, it seems like there was a lot of benefits for you coming to Panama. Can you just tell me maybe about, I know you've told me about one tedious part of your process, which seemed quite tedious.
Yes, it was.
Maybe a bit frustrating. But can you tell us, like, can I ask you, do you speak Spanish or are you still in the learning?
I'm still in the learning phase.
Okay. So how has that been for you as an expat coming from the US to a Spanish-speaking country? Like, what has been your experience?
The experience for me has been pretty good. The local people here are very patient with you.
Yeah.
If you don't speak Spanish,
Yeah.
Of course you can use technology like Google Translate, which helps. But it's a pride thing for me, and I think it's a respect thing for the country. If I'm going to live here, I want to really, really learn the language so I can be able to speak fluently with my neighbors.
Yeah, you want to communicate, connect with people.
So I'm more of a traditional learner. So I signed up for a class at this school. So I want to be able to sit in an environment with other people that, are struggling.
Yeah.
And then we all kind of learn together.
You grow together. And
Yes. I mean, you can use these apps or whatever, but I like the human aspect of learning. Yes.
And have you visited any other parts of Panama that you like?
I personally like Buenaventura.
Okay.
It's a nice exclusive resort, more so for the golf. Right there on the has a exclusive beach.
Oh, okay.
The resort is really, really nice. Now that I have my car, I'll definitely start to get out and do more stuff.
Explore more, yeah.
Because I personally like driving.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, but I like to get out and drive and learn my way around. I kind of like, walking the earth and doing it for, doing it myself.
Okay, yeah. Yes. It sounds like you're going to have quite an experience.
Oh, yes.
You've been here for 10 months. You've got a while to go, honestly.
Yes.
And can you see yourself maybe moving to somewhere else in the future, or you think Panama City is like the place for you?
Well, as of today, I love Panama City.
What do you like about it? What is it?
It's the things that I said earlier. If I do need to go back home, primarily like if my mother have any issues or anything like that, or if I need to go home for family events. 4 to 5 hours, plane ride. I think that's pretty good
compared to other countries.
To other countries, so that was a big sell for me. The fact that easy transition as far as the U.S. currency being the currency here. So all of those things made it a simple choice.
Yeah.
A simple choice. I could still get that feeling of living abroad, but I also still get the same feeling that there's still some relatable things in Panama that I can relate to back at home.
Yeah, exactly.
So that helps a lot.
Yeah, I can see that, especially with I would say Panama's growing quite rapidly in terms of being quite modern and very accessible to lots of things, and different businesses are rising. I guess if you compare it to other countries in Central and South America, it's very fast approaching, I guess, what you would call the Western world. But I think it's such a beautiful country as well. It has a lot to offer, like you said. As well as that, can you just maybe tell us about the local culture, maybe what your favorite food is, what you'd recommend for someone to come here for the first time?
Panama, from my experiences, has been a very multicultural type experience. Whatever foods that you like, you can get it here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Caribbean, Venezuelan, Peruvian, of course, Panamanian. So I've tried everything, and everything's been pretty good. Of course, this is a port area, so However you want your fish, you can get it.
Oh, yeah.
So they have some great fish markets here.
Yeah.
A lot of your meats and things you can get fresh, especially the fish if you go to the fish markets.
Yeah.
So any type of food that you're into, you can pretty much get it here. And then what I like about the city as well is that the Uber rides here are relatively cheap.
They're so inexpensive.
And affordable. So
yeah.
So the whole city is very accessible.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about being here as well.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have a vehicle for the city to be accessible.
Exactly, to get around.
Yes.
It's very accessible,
Sure.
and you can see places as well.
Yes.
How do you have you connected with the local expat community, or is that not really a scene for you? Because I know some people are more like they want to get to know locals. They make friends with like local Panamanians and people that live around there.
Yes, I'm one of those types.
You're one of those types.
I'm one of those types.
But so do you have any advice for people who maybe they're feeling a bit nervous, they want to kind of know maybe people from their hometown?
There's a lot of expat communities here, and you can pretty much research that via YouTube. There's a lot of expat communities here. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue at all.
Yeah.
If you're into wanting to do group activities, social activities, you can find expat communities here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you think this is like a great place, not just for people who are coming by themselves? Do you think it's a great place, I guess, for families or for couples wanting to start a family? Do you think that this is a good place to come?
I would definitely recommend this place to families. One of the biggest aspects that I love here is that the safety aspect.
Okay, so you think it's relatively safe?
It's super, super safe as far as my personal opinion. There's always a presence of law enforcement.
Yeah.
But it's not to the point to where it's an intimidating type experience.
Yeah. You just know that they're there.
It's more. You feel more comfort.
Yeah.
Knowing that that there's law enforcement that's pretty much everywhere that you go, at the banks, when you're doing your daily exercise.
Even in the
supermarkets, like even if you want to go get a Big Mac at McDonald's.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah. You're going to have that presence, and that's really, really good. And for families, especially with young children, I think that's one of the number one aspects. You definitely want to live somewhere in a community that you feel is safe.
Exactly.
And from my experiences, I don't think anyone would have a problem with that aspect of their experience, for sure.
I can definitely relate to that. Sometimes back home I felt like, I don't know if I'm in the right area, but here I haven't really experienced that. You do feel a sense of security and safeness, like you were saying. For yourself, do you think that there's, like, I know you said, like, Panama's been great for your mental health, getting healthy in general.
Yes.
Do you feel like there's, like, a lot of stuff to do? Because I know compared to some other countries, Panama City in general may be smaller, but do you feel like there's still things for you to do and explore and be a part of?
Yes, if you're extremely extroverted, or there's plenty of things to do here, from a cultural aspect, from a nightlife aspect, from
whatever aspect,
a sporting aspect. There's and then just basically from a relaxation, aspect. So Panama gives you all of those options.
Yeah.
For me, I'm more introverted.
Yeah.
But when I do want to go do something, I know that I can go do it.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, there's you will not run out of choices here.
Exactly. Yeah.
You will not run out of choices.
And I think what I picked up on what you said, Panama is very multicultural. So, for example, I know for like myself, when I came, sometimes you're nervous on how maybe people may perceive you or something, and you're thinking, how multicultural is it? But actually, I think when you're here, you realize, like you said, there's Venezuelans, there's like Americans around the corner. I've even come across a bunch of British people as well.
Yes.
So it's just really nice to see. I think that's great for families and anyone wanting to come here, because you're open to different cultures as well, different foods, like you said, and as well you learn like different things from different people. Like, what is a lesson that you've learned since being here?
Learning patience, being able to adopt cultural norms from other countries.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest lesson for me.
Yeah.
I grew up in America.
Yeah.
And then I grew up in a military environment.
Yeah.
So for me, everything is like bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 as far as time.
It's just fast paced, isn't it?
But I had to learn to like kind of
slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's okay if it takes 2 to 3 days to get something.
You kind of panic when it's like, why is it taking so long?
For me, it's like now. But I grew up in that type of culture to where if something doesn't get done in a certain period of time, there could be consequences.
Exactly.
So I think that's my biggest lesson.
Yeah.
So as far as being able to kind of relax a little bit more.
It's so funny you said that because like most people I do a podcast with, they're like, I've learned patience. I've learned to relax, to enjoy life more. It's like, wow.
Yes.
Because I guess like when you're coming from these countries, you're so used to everything just being there now that you forget how like I guess people like really live and enjoy life. I think that's an important thing to remember and to think about.
Yes, you definitely have to practice at it.
You
have to practice at it because everybody's not on your timeline.
Yeah.
And once you kind of get that in your head, then it becomes better, as things move on.
More enjoyable, for sure. Yes. I know exactly what you mean because when I came here, I'm like, why is everything slow? But then actually you learn to appreciate it because when things are so fast, sometimes you miss things. You miss certain things and you forget how to enjoy life a bit. So it teaches you stuff. Patience.
Yes.
My mom says patience is a virtue. I'm like, yeah, okay, you always say that. No, patience really is a virtue, isn't it? And it helps. I think it actually is very healthy for you as well. Because when you're so used to everything being so fast, there's always this sense of urgency. Like, I need to do something. The country teaches you to slow down and enjoy the things more. It's okay. If it doesn't happen, something will happen eventually. Great.
Yes.
I just also want to ask about, so you're talking about affordability. Can you just go, delve deeper into that? So when you say affordability, are you talking about maybe buying a property, renting, food, being able to enjoy a restaurant night out or something?
Yes, all of the above.
What do you mean by that? Because
all of the above.
Maybe what?
Yeah, all of the above. Affordability, from my personal experiences, was mainly for me was that housing.
Okay.
Let's talk the housing aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, I was living in a place to where between my mortgage payment, property insurance, I was paying close to $5,000 a month for my house.
$5,000 US.
See, yes.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
So my property taxes kept going up.
Can I just ask, that was just for your house?
That's just for my house. That doesn't include utilities. That doesn't include.
That is bonkers.
But yes. So that's where. So I'm like, well, wow. So my property taxes keep going up. Mm-hmm. Wages are staying the same, or sometimes even lower. And then based on what state the economy is, food is up.
Shooting up.
Gasoline prices are up. Businesses aren't taking any losses. So if their expenses go up, then some of that is going to be placed on the customer.
Yeah.
So if I went out for a meal and it basically cost me $35, then when the economy is not doing so great, I could go have that same meal, and that meal may cost me $55.
Yeah.
So when you start to add all of these things up and everything that you make is going right back out, so you really don't have a lot of disposable income for personal stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that can get really stressful.
Yeah.
And that's just a person that was in my situation, to where I was, because I get a retirement pension, so I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
But what about that family?
Exactly.
Or what about someone that, only makes, $30,000-$40,000 a year? You know what I mean? So from the housing aspect and that aspect, yes,
that's forcing a lot of people into debt, really.
Yeah. So once again, you're juggling how, you're living paycheck to paycheck. You're juggling how you're going to prioritize your bills.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay this one, but I'm not going to pay this
Yeah.
one because I got to buy food.
Yeah.
So the affordability aspect is real.
Yeah.
It's real. So when you start to think about that, and you don't want to deal with that type of stress and anxiety every month, you got to deal with the same thing. So you have to start making choices about how am I, you got to prioritize your health. You got to prioritize, just like you said earlier, the mental health aspect, the physical health aspect, even the emotional health aspect of things. So you have to process that, and you have to say, what sacrifices am I willing to make in order to be able to achieve these things?
Yeah.
And it put everything in perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
It put everything in perspective.
When you say that, I can understand completely why you're thinking of where else should I go now.
Yeah, because for me personally, it's very customary back home in the United States for people to continue to work in their 60s, sometimes even 70s.
Even when they have their pension?
Sometimes. Because if you retire and you don't really have a plan, or you didn't really save or anything like that, you may be forced to where you still may have to work longer than expected. I didn't want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
The thought of me working, and this is not for anyone that wants to do it, because some people do it because they just want to do it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But for me, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to retire as early as I could, and be able to, live a stress-free life and travel and do all of those things that I couldn't do. But I wanted to do it at a relatively still young age.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is what really put things in perspective, to say, okay, well, how can I achieve this? And if I do this, or if I transition and if I move here, I'll be able to achieve that ultimate goal that I really wanted to be able to achieve.
Wow.
Yeah.
That really is bonkers, I must just say that. 5+ K a month. That's absolutely ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, if you live on the West Coast, New York, places like that. Yeah. Cost of living is
just skyrocket.
Is bananas. Yes.
Absolutely. So that money that you're putting there, you bring it to Panama, and now you're actually able to do things that you want to do. Honestly.
Yes. So quality of life improved.
Exactly.
On all aspects.
Times 10.
Health-wise, financial-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Quality of life improved a lot. But you have to be willing, once again, to say, what am I willing to do in order to achieve it? And it's very, very realistic. It can be done. I think it's a lot, it's more popular now for people to live abroad now.
Yeah.
Where I know 20 years ago, a lot of that stuff was taboo, or there was a lot of misinformation put out, basically only showing you the worst parts about countries.
Yeah.
And it was used as a deterrence.
Yeah, I get it.
But with the way you can assess information now, you should be able to kind of make some educated choices.
Exactly.
Yes, for sure.
There's this podcast that people can listen to as well. But I think as well, like you said, maybe 10, 20 years ago, maybe the reason why people were escaping is because they're trying to get away from something. But now people realize, actually, there's something that not just only Panama, but a life abroad can really offer you that maybe you wouldn't get back home.
Exactly. Especially where I'm from, in reference to my culture, people, they only see or look past their front door.
Yeah.
Or, right there. So most of these things that you can experience about living abroad or cultural experiences, it's only through like watching TV or something like that. So now with education, technology, you can really believe that it's achievable.
Yeah.
And so, and then I also wanted to be able to offer that experience to everybody that's close in my circle. You can always come visit me. I'm gonna, I'm not
Showing
just
them.
doing this for me. I'm sharing my experiences with you. I want you to be able to have access to growing as a person, understanding different cultures, experiencing these things for yourself. You don't have to just base it on what someone is telling you. You can experience some of these things for yourself. Yeah.
I think that's the thing. If you need to just get out of that fear mindset as well. If you have fear going into these things, you're never really going to be able to experience what you actually want to in life.
Yes.
I think it takes a sense of courage and a sense of a bit of adventure as well. I think you have to be pretty adventurous to do this.
It was pretty easy for me because my past is I grew up in a military culture. So I've been all over the world.
Exactly.
So for me, the living abroad aspect was something I've always wanted to do because I had the opportunity to visit so many countries during my military career.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it wasn't a scary type situation.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm ready.
It was more just where?
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Exactly. Where do I want to live? Because so the Panama experience, like I said, with the pensionado visa, it pretty much made it the number one destination that I wanted to move.
Exactly, yeah.
So I had 2 or 3 that I was thinking about, but once I did my research, I was like, well, yeah, it's Panama for sure.
Yeah. And how long did that process take, the whole pensionado visa, from let's say, from when you started researching, from when NDM got in contact with you, and from when you saw your temporary visa? Okay. How long would you say that took?
Good question. Once I contacted NDM, said I was interested.
Yeah.
They sent me back information in reference to the requirements.
Okay, yeah.
And then it was just a matter of me getting all the prerequisite stuff done, like we discussed earlier, getting the background check done.
Yeah, exactly.
Proof of income, saying that I meet the requirements of a pensionado.
Yeah.
And getting those things apostilled through the consulate, and then getting that paperwork back to the law firm. So the key thing about that is that you want to do it when you know that this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Because
if your documents are past 6 months, you have to go back and do the whole process again. Yeah. So that could be really hit you financially.
Yeah.
If you have to go back and do all of these things again. So my recommendation would be do it as close to when you know that you're going to actually transition.
Yeah, exactly.
So that way your documents won't expire. So between the background check, getting those things notarized, proof of income, mailing those things to the consulate. I mailed my information to the consulate in Washington, D.C. All that information is online. All your documents, you mail them. You also put a self-addressed overnight envelope. Mm-hmm. So once they apostille your documents, then they're going to send that stuff back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are the preliminary costs prior to what you have to pay the law firm in order to process your stuff through immigration. Now, once I got that took me about 8 weeks to get that preliminary stuff done. And then once you get that, once I had that stuff, then I basically flew over here and I hand delivered my stuff to my legal representation.
Okay.
Once I did that, once I paid the fees, and then the law firm will give you options of what other things you want in addition to getting your visa.
Yeah.
Do you want a local bank account?
Yeah.
Do you want, getting your driver's license? So they offer these other options, these other things to you
Yeah.
to make your transition even better.
Yeah, exactly.
So I chose all of the above.
So you're not going back and forth. It's
Right,
all just done and ready for you.
So that was the experience. Once I paid my fees by turning everything over to my legal representation,
Yeah.
they took it from there. I stayed here initially for like 17 days because I wanted to go ahead and start looking for a place as well.
Oh, okay. So
And,
you were scouting for places to live.
So while I was here, I was taking advantage of that time
Yeah.
initially. So
Yeah.
I was looking for places. I turned everything over and paid, I say within 7 to 8 days, because I would say depending on what day you turn your stuff in, I pretty much had my temporary visa.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
so within a
So you got it when you were here as well?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
So within a week to 10 days of being here, I had a temporary visa in hand.
And you was able to leave with that and then come back in the country as
So-
you pleased without.
So what I did was, if I already had a place to live and that was nailed down, I could have continued to stay here.
Yeah.
But what I did was, because I still had some things I had to close the loop on back at home.
Yeah.
I flew back home, closed the loop on some things, and then when it got close to my permanent visa being ready,
Yeah.
then I flew back.
Okay, and they let
And-
you know of that as well.
They will let you know, and I had already nailed down a place and had a move-in date, so I came back about 2.5 to 3 months later after I
okay.
left, because I already had nailed down my place.
So within a year, you were like set and ready to go.
Yeah, I was ready to go. Yeah, I knew everything that I needed to do, so
Yeah.
I nailed down my place to live. And another good thing about the pensionado visa, it can take up to 6 months to get your permanent visa. In most cases, you can get it in less time than that.
Yeah.
So you can get it within 3 to 4 months
Yeah.
in most cases. So if you happen to be back home where you were living, I'm sure your legal representation will give you a phone call, notify you that your permanent visa is ready. And then you just fly back, and then you.
That's actually very fast, especially compared to lots of
And
different
that's
countries. That's why
Panama
yeah.
was my number one choice, because it's relatively seamless when it comes down to that, and it's fast. But I fit the criteria to qualify.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other categories of visas or whatever, but the pensionado visa was the best fit for me.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh, wow. And can I ask about your place of dwelling? Did you go through an estate agent, and then you personally see places, and then you decided, okay, this is the one for me?
Yeah.
Or did you Google, let's say?
Once again, yeah, I start everything with the Google.
Yeah, that's all you can do, really.
All right. Then there were some 2 or 3 realty companies that came up. So I went through Panama Home Realty.
Okay.
And then I went on their website. I started looking at different places. I knew I wanted to live somewhere close in the city, and I wanted to live on the waterfront. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
Because
It's your
I love
preference.
the sea.
Yeah.
So I was able to nail something down that was nice and within my budget.
Yeah.
And compared to what I was paying my mortgage, this was like, whoo, it was super.
Yeah.
So that it worked out for me.
Yeah.
I love the amenities of where I was, where I'm living as far as living in that particular building. So I'm a little bit of a diva when it comes to that.
So what amenities do you get with your building?
Oh man, with the building you get concierge service, you get valet service. There's like 2 or 3 restaurants in the building. There's a spa.
There's restaurants in your building?
Yes, spa, swimming pool, Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Wow.
With cabanas all around.
Yeah.
So yes, it's very convenient.
Yeah. Oh, that's more than convenient. You're living
you
like
want to be spoiled a little bit. Yeah, it's very convenient.
And like, with what you were paying back home, you wasn't even getting near enough to that. It's just...
No, with what I just mentioned to you, I'm getting that at over half the cost. At over half the cost.
And you can, that's still including, you can still pay for your groceries, you can still go out and whatnot.
Yes. But there's even places here that are even more affordable than what I'm living. You can get nice apartments here. And another good thing about being over here as well, if you're not shipping a lot of things over here, finding furnished properties over here is really, really easy. Most of the places that you rent, it's very common to have furnished rentals. Yes. So that's a good thing as well. If you're traveling light.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're traveling light. So yes.
Oh wow. So like, I know you've had your trials and things, but it sounds like so far your experience has been quite positive, and I think it's great that if you do your research, because I think what I've gotten from you is you did your research, you kind of looked around as well, but you saw like what Panama had to offer, and you looked more into that as well. I think that really gave you an advantage as well.
Yes. The first time that I came over here for those 17 days or whatever, I wanted to experience everything prior to coming back. Yeah. So I rented a car. Yeah. So I said, these 17 days, I'm gonna know what it's like to drive over here.
How is it driving in Panama?
It's not that bad compared to a lot of other countries that I've been here.
If you know, you know, basically.
The biggest thing for me, you can't be so nice.
Yeah.
You have to be a little aggressive, get in there, because nobody's going to let you in there. So you have to, so you just have to be a little aggressive and like, I'm going to get in there, Another thing for me was customary versus metric. So I had to make that. So when I'm driving, kilometers versus miles per hour.
Oh, okay. So it's a bit different for you.
So I had to do that competition in my head. It's like, Charles, you're driving a little bit too fast.
Slow down a bit.
Yeah, so slow down. But yeah, that was. So I wanted to get all of that stuff out of the way. Yeah. So that way, when I came back to live, I already knew what it was like.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
I already knew what it's like to be in the middle of traffic. Yeah. I already knew. So I had all of that stuff figured out in 17 days. Yes.
You know exactly what you wanted, honestly.
Yes, I did.
So, do you think you'll have friends and family joining you eventually, or just for now?
Matter of fact, I just had a cousin that just left here like a week ago.
Oh, wow. So they're actually thinking of it.
And he's loving it. He said in 3 years, I'll be back.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're slowly initiating the clan.
Yes. So, yeah, I have family that's coming to visit. Matter of fact, I have more family coming in about 3 or 4 months.
Oh, okay,
So like I said, I'm going to share the experience with all of my family because most of my family, they've never visited another country before. Yeah. So I want them to get the experience of what it's like and all of that. Let's talk about the people that fit the specific category that I fall in. Retired military. One of the biggest things that you're going to be concerned about if you are a veteran or retired military is the medical aspect.
Okay. Could you tell us more about that?
Of course. I'm retired military. I'm VA disabled.
Okay.
So you have to find a hospital or medical facility that's going to accept your insurance.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you're a veteran or retired military with service-connected disabilities, you need to apply through the VA website for foreign medical program. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to basically convert your insurance to what's usable overseas. Yeah. So once you get your authorization letter, which will include all your service-connected disabilities, you're going to register at certain hospitals, and these hospitals will have like a veterans department or
Is
division.
that in the US or Panama?
In Panama.
Okay, I see.
So if you go to some of the hospitals, they'll have a representative
Yeah.
that's there that will advocate for veterans.
Oh, okay, so they're ready for that.
So yes, so you will basically check in with them. They're going to get you registered in the system.
Yeah.
And as long as you're being treated for those service-connected disabilities that's on your authorization letter, it's seamless.
Wow, okay.
It's seamless. So, but that's the big thing. I also recommend for anyone that is transitioning, before you come over, at least have a 45 to 90-day supplies of your medications. You know, because it could take a month to 45 days, especially if you have specialty care,
Yeah.
like GI or something like that, to actually get you an appointment with those specialty care doctors. So I always will tell people, make sure you have enough medication so you don't run out.
Yeah.
Because if you run out, then yeah, you could be in some dire situation.
Yeah.
Especially if you have some major disabilities.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yes.
Wow, thank you for adding that. That's like really good information.
Yes.
Because I think as well, with the pensioner visa, I think a lot of people aren't sure if certain lifetime pensions or maybe pensions they may get from their employers may qualify for that, or even veterans may be unsure if they qualify for it as well.
Yes.
So that was like really good what you shared with
Yes.
everyone. So thank you for that.
Yes. No problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on Life Abroad Panama. And I'm sure people learned a lot from what you had to say, from going to the law firm, from bringing stuff from abroad.
Right.
And just, I think because you're a single person that's come over by yourself, it's just nice to have that perspective as well on what it's like. And I can see how, like you said, your way of life has improved and you're like quite happy here.
Yes.
From what I can see. So
Yes.
I think it's just to let people know that if you want to come by yourself, like you don't have to be scared of that. It's actually something to embrace because you can do these different things as well.
Yes, it's going to be an exciting experience.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I want to reiterate, do your homework first.
Exactly.
Ask plenty of questions.
Yeah.
And
You can never ask enough questions,
you
honestly.
can never ask enough questions. I definitely found that out, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, ask plenty of questions. There's a lot of information online, especially on YouTube. There's a lot of different videos. The information's there.
Yeah,
It's just a
exactly.
matter of you being 100% sure that this is what you want to do.
Exactly.
And just like you said, embrace the experience.
Exactly.
You won't regret it. You won't regret it.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us. And I hope that everyone enjoyed this episode of Life Abroad Panama. Thank you so much.
All right.
It was lovely to meet you. Thank you.